Sometimes when Tory nice, you have to say the word twice. PJ Patterson's legacy is incomparable to Andrew Holness's, whom he runs down from the pavilion with a broken bat, trying to disrespect, as if a water bearer could disrespect Desmond Haynes or Brian Lara. PJ's legacy empowered gangs and gangs, and it shot up the unaliving rate phenomenally, so high that it's taking ages to come back down. Mhm. Hey everyone, it's Skywalker again with a night brew for you. Welcome to my channel where good coffee makes bad people feel bad. I encourage you to at least smell the brew. Jamaica's journey through the complex landscape of governance has been shaped by leaders who left indelible marks on the nation's history. Among them, P.J. Patterson, Portia Simpson-Miller, and Andrew Holness stand out as pivotal figures, each contributing uniquely to Jamaica's development. Yet, as we examine their legacies, it becomes clear that not all contributions carried the same weight. P.J. Patterson's tenure as Jamaica's longest serving Prime Minister, 1992 to 2006, brought notable achievements such as the Fair Competition Act and ambitious infrastructure projects like Highway 2000. But beneath the surface, a different narrative emerges, one of systemic failures that deepened poverty, eroded social fabric, and allowed gangster culture to thrive unchecked. In contrast, Portia Simpson-Miller broke barriers as Jamaica's first female prime minister, steering the country toward a path of recovery and social progress. Her, empathy, her empathetic leadership and partnership with Peter Phillips as finance minister laid crucial groundwork for economic stability. Then came Andrew Holness, whose pragmatic approach and unifying vision seemed to defy the odds. His focus on empowering the private sector, equipping citizens through education, and dismantling organized crime marked a departure from his predecessors, turbocharging Jamaica's progress in ways once thought impossible. Because in 2012, we know say whether they are so we think with worse off than negative. Yes, a lot of people were predicting that, right? As we delve into the legacies of these leaders, we'll explore their successes, failures, and the true impact of their governance. Most importantly, we will make it clear PJ Patterson is not a Portia Simpson and cannot receive Portia Simpson accolades. PJ Patterson is not an Andrew Holness and cannot receive Andrew Holness accolades. The measure of leadership lies not only in policies but in the lives transformed. My people, are you smelling the brew that I made for you? Hmm? Is it a painful truth or what? Portia Simpson Miller's leadership marked a turning point in Jamaican politics. As the first female prime minister, she broke barriers and brought a sense of empathy and connection to governance that resonated deeply with the people. Her tenure emphasized balancing economic recovery with social welfare, and her partnership with Peter Phillips as finance minister, proved pivotal in addressing Jamaica's debt crisis. They were determined to sort of stick to the course. Under her leadership, Phillips implemented strict fiscal policies that reduced the national debt and stabilized the economy. These measures, though challenging, laid the groundwork for future growth. Simpson Miller also championed initiatives aimed at empowering women and the youth, creating opportunities for employment and education that began to address systemic inequalities. Her leadership, or her style, style of leadership was characterized by warmth and inclusivity, often bridging divides in a polarized political landscape. However, her tenure wasn't without its challenges, as some critics questioned the pace of progress and the sustainability of her policies. Still, Portia Simpson Miller's legacy stands as a testament to the power of empathetic leadership. PJ Patterson was not a Portia Simpson and cannot receive Portia Simpson accolades. Andrew Holness is the architect of accelerated progress. PJ Patterson is the architect of accelerated criminality in Jamaica, gangs and dons and all of that. Andrew Holness's leadership has been nothing short of transformative, marked by a pragmatic approach and a clear vision for Jamaica's future. Taking office in 2016, he inherited a nation grappling with systemic challenges but quickly set himself apart with policies that emphasized economic stability, infrastructure development, and crime reduction. Mr. PJ Patterson. Holness prioritized empowering the private sector, creating an environment conducive to business growth by reducing bureaucratic red tape and maintaining a stable macroeconomic climate. This approach attracted both local and foreign investments, spurring job creation and economic activity. His administration also focused on human capital development, making hard programs free and accessible to equip Jamaicans with the skills needed for employment. Until you go there, you cannot brag and say you did a free trade act that makes anything better for any poor people. In tackling crime, Holness took a strategic and proactive stance. His administration invested heavily in equipping and empowering the police force, fostering their independence and effectiveness. This led to a notable decline in serious crimes, including murders, and restored public confidence in law enforcement. Wholeness, leadership style, non confrontational, and statesman-like further distinguished him. By focusing on results and avoiding polarizing rhetoric, he united diverse groups and maintained a sense of forward momentum. His ability to build on the foundations laid by previous administrations while addressing systemic issues with a disciplined approach has been key to his success. Andrew Holness is not a Portia Simpson and cannot receive Portia Simpson accolades. Andrew Holness is not a PJ Patterson and cannot receive PJ Patterson accolades. His legacy stands uniquely as a testament to what focused, pragmatic leadership can achieve. He resides on his own level with a higher level of achievement, deserving of the highest accolades. He is the shining light, like a beacon in the sky, for every Jamaican in his national pride. For now, until all that remains is a statue in our national parks, telling the story of a great hero who made every sacrifice and succeeded for his country. It is not a Jamaican League One you we are talking about. We are talking about Dr. Andrew Michael Holness, the Jamaican shining light. All right? Where is this Patterson man coming from? Trying to kick against the pricks. Now, did Andrew trouble you, my general? Huh? You only come back from pavilion to make botheration. You and your corruption and your corruption tongue talking about no 28 bank accounts because you want to tell a lie to satisfy your bad mind. Sir, you too bad mind. Sir, cut out the bad mind thing. Cut out the bad mind thing. You're old enough now to know better. Cut out the bad mind thing. When we compare the legacies of P.J. Patterson, Portia Simpson-Miller, and Andrew Holness, the differences are striking. Patterson's tenure, while ambitious in its vision, often fell short in execution. His free trade policies and infrastructure projects like Highway 2000 were overshadowed by systemic failures that deepened poverty, glorified gangster culture, and left critical sectors like education and healthcare underfunded. PJ Patterson was not a Portia Simpson and cannot receive Portia Simpson accolades. PJ Patterson was not an Andrew Holness and cannot receive Andrew Holness accolades. He is PJ Patterson and fit to receive the PJ Patterson rebuke. Portia Simpson-Miller, on the other hand, brought a sense of empathy and connection to leadership that resonated deeply with the Jamaican people. Her partnership with Peter Phillips as finance minister laid the groundwork for economic stability, and her focus on social equity began addressing systemic inequalities. However, her tenure was brief, and some critics questioned the pace of progress. Still, her legacy stands as a testament to the power of empathetic leadership. P.J. Patterson was not a Portia Simpson and cannot receive Portia Simpson accolades. Andrew Holness' leadership represents a departure from the past, marked by a pragmatic and results-driven approach. His focus on empowering the private sector, investing in human capital, and tackling crime head on has accelerated Jamaica's progress in ways once thought impossible. His non confrontational statesman-like demeanor has further distinguished him as a unifying figure. P.J. Patterson was not an Andrew Holness and cannot receive Andrew Holness accolades. So why is he coming for it? Huh? Man, stay in the pavilion with your broken bat and the water bucket. Each leader's legacy reflects their unique approach to governance, but it is clear that Patterson's contributions, while notable, do not place him in the same league as Simpson Miller or Holness. The measure of leadership lies not only in policies but in the lives transformed, and in this regard, Patterson's legacy falls woefully short, and the word woefully is too short of depth to even give you the full measure of that woe. So, not even Portia Simpson, who just had a short time in government, was on PJ Patterson's level. No, she was above it. And that is what I want to bring out to you. Leadership is ultimately judged not by the policies enacted, but by the lives transformed. PJ Patterson's tenure, while marked by ambitious projects and policies, fell short in addressing the systemic issues that plague Jamaica. His legacy, overshadowed by rising crime, economic hardships for the poor, and the glorification of gangster culture, cannot stand as a beacon of progress. P.J. Patterson was not a Portia Simpson and cannot receive Portia Simpson accolades. P.J. Patterson was not Andrew Holness and cannot receive Andrew Holness accolades. And sometimes when the touring nice, you have to say the word them twice. Portia Simpson-Miller brought a sense of empathy and connection to governance, breaking barriers as Jamaica's first female prime minister. Her efforts to stabilize the economy and address social inequities laid important groundwork, but her tenure was brief, leaving much work unfinished. Still, her legacy as a trailblazer and empathetic leader remains undeniable. My accolades for Portia Simpson-Miller, and the biggest achievement of hers, in my eyes, was how she simply placed her focus in doing what mattered in her last year in politics to steady the ship. She did not get enough time to prove herself, but everything she did or attempted to do was focused in that direction. It's almost like a motherly attitude, so intent on doing the right thing for her children before she left. That was something I noticed and it showed about her. That's not what I saw about PJ, who who pretends like he's some kind of national father. PJ was trying to take whatever was left that he had not taken in 14 years. Or that's what it seemed like in my eyes. He was so bad mind. He had to make sure Portia wasn't going to be paid more than him when he retired and left her working to clean up his mess. So he left her working, 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 but he got the same pay for retiring and leaving her working, working, working. Andrew Holness, with his pragmatic and results driven approach, has redefined what is possible in Jamaican politics. Yes, his focus on empowering the private sector, investing in human capital, and tackling crime has accelerated Jamaica's progress in ways once thought impossible. His leadership stands as a testament to the power of vision, discipline, and unity. As we reflect on these legacies, it becomes clear that Patterson's contributions, while not less than notably, they were notable, mhm, but they do not place him in the same league as Simpson Miller or Holness. The true measure of leadership lies in the ability to inspire change, foster unity, and transform lives. In this regard, Patterson's legacy falls short, while Simpson Miller and Holness shine as examples of what leadership can achieve. Think on these things, my people. Peace out.